Good morning, welcome to the forecast discussion for July 13th, 2014. Of course, it's a Sunday morning, and I'm on the road, so if you hear some sounds and if it sounds a little off, it's because I'm in a hotel room, so I apologize for that if there's any sound quality issues. This morning, temperatures are in the upper 60s to lower 70s over portions of the immediate coast. Everywhere else, mid 70s for temperatures this morning. Not too bad, but definitely a sign of more humidity in the atmosphere as we have a southwesterly wind at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. We're going to be transporting some hot and humid air into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas the next 3 days, and then the bottom drops out and we get some very cool conditions for this time of year. We're going to have temperatures that are going to seem more like what you would experience, I don't know, in October than you would in July. So it's going to be pretty impressive out there once this cold front moves through on Wednesday. But before we get to that point, we're going to have to deal with quite a few thunderstorms, and some of them are going to be severe. Now, on the surface map, high pressure is generally in control. We have a stationary front out here in the Atlantic, and then the main players out here in the Ohio River Valley and in the upper Midwest. This cold front right here is the strongest cold front. This one right here, this cold front, is going to be driving in a very strong polar air mass into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. But in the meantime, this cold front will start to instigate showers and thunderstorms starting tonight and continuing on through tomorrow, and a few of them could be rather severe. Now, with the cold fronts this far west, that means the best energy and dynamics are going to be focused to our west throughout today. But that's going to end tomorrow and for Tuesday as these cold fronts approach. On the radar, you can see a few of these disturbances trying to push east. Now look what happens here. They're very strong and dynamic over portions of western Pennsylvania, but as they push east, they start to collapse. Several reasons for this. One, they're moving over to the Appalachian Mountains, so they kind of get a little bit disrupted because of that. Two, they're moving away from their strongest lifting, and so as a result, they don't have as strong of a support system to drive to the east. So we're going to see this quite a bit throughout this afternoon. Now, you see these isolated showers right here. That's what we're going to have to watch out for this afternoon. Not everyone will see them, but those that do will have some rather heavy downpours for about 15 to 30 minutes. Otherwise, most locations will remain high and dry and warm, with temperatures rising into the mid to upper 80s. On the latest visible, or should I say infrared satellite picture, you can see the layout here. This cold front here is the one with all the moisture. This one is interacting with the tropical air mass and the modified polar air mass. And then this one is the real deal polar air mass. And you can see that with the very dry air in place here. So what we're going to be dealing with first is this one is going to be interacting with the tropical air mass. And then this one drives everything out of the eastern United States and basically clears everyone out as far as any shower or thunderstorm threat by Wednesday evening. On the water vapor satellite picture, now this is pretty impressive for this time of year. Here is our amplified trough to the south of the Aleutians. That builds up our ridge, which we can see right here. And then here comes our developing trough. This is not a polar vortex. I think we covered that pretty well, but just wanted to nail that home. So you can see the interaction here setting up between this very strong disturbance with plenty of energy and disturbances rotating around this strong upper level low. And let me just show you something really cool. This is the upper level wind here. You can really see this pattern starting to take shape. Here's our trough to the south of the Aleutians. Here's our ridge. You can see that right here. And then here's our trough starting to develop here. And notice how the winds are getting stronger on the lee side of this trough. And that's what helps to enhance thunderstorms. So right now we have winds that are running parallel, not perpendicular, parallel to the cold fronts. And that's an important feature to point out here, because let me zoom in here. You see, when the winds run parallel to the cold front, that means the cold front moves very slowly. So that's why we're going to see several days of the potential for showers and thunderstorms, not just one shot, because this cold front is going to be inching along. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance from the Penn State UL website using the European model guidance. Again, for this afternoon, an isolated shot for a shower or thunderstorm, not a washout in any way, shape, or form. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s. For tomorrow, We're going to start off rather muggy with lows in the lower to mid 70s, a few upper 60s over the far northern interior. Then the showers and thunderstorms start to develop in the afternoon. A few of them could be severe with wind gusts over 50 miles per hour, hail, frequent lightning, and very heavy downpours. You're looking at temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s, feeling like the mid 90s. For Tuesday, more showers and thunderstorms as that cold front slowly inches through the region. Again, these thunderstorms could be severe. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an isolated tornado out of this. It's going to be rather impressive. Now, these thunderstorms will be ahead of a very steamy air mass with low temperatures in the lower to mid 70s, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. On Wednesday, this cold front will be moving through, but there's still going to be a threat for some very heavy rainfall, as there's still going to be moisture lingering right behind this cold front. And remember, it's inching along. So Wednesday, it's going to be a rather cool and raw day. What you're looking for are low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, high temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s, and periods of moderate to heavy rain could be quite a bit. By the time we get done with this period by Wednesday afternoon, we could be looking anywhere at 3 to 5 inches of rain throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area because of the concentrating of these thunderstorms. So we're going to be dealing with, over the next several days, a wind damage threat, lightning threat, hail threat, and flash flooding threat. So it's not going to be exactly the best day, best couple of days out there in the northern mid-Atlantic. So if you're traveling around the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, do be prepared. Well, that would include me, so it's going to be rather interesting. After the cold fronts move through, high pressure will be in control for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And what that basically means, very comfortable weather. Now, a very, very quick point here with this pattern. The models are kind of varying on this, but I think there's going to be a better potential for some isolated showers and disturbances. This kind of shows up to me as a pattern that's very energetic. So you're going to have these little wild card disturbances popping up here and there that could produce an isolated shower in your neck of the woods, but meanwhile the town next to you has absolutely nothing. So I can't really say high and dry completely. But for the most part, tranquil and cool conditions will be in place with temperatures averaging below normal. We're looking at low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s, high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. We should be around 87 degrees, and we're more likely going to be around 78 degrees throughout much of the region for high temperatures. So that's pretty chilly for this time of year. Again, we're in July. It's the heart of the summer season. We typically don't see temperatures that cool. So we definitely have a very active pattern out ahead of us, and one that is going to keep us on our toes with the potential for plenty of rain. But then we get the payoff with a very nice cool air mass in place and some refreshing air with very low humidity. That's your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at NYNJPA Weather and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.